So on the subjects of movies and I guess you could say TV as well, there's something new in your scary world, Jake. What you got there about good old Shudder TV?
Shudder TV, in my opinion, takes all other like Roku channels or like streaming channels and knocks them out of the park. And the reason I say this, I know it's a bold statement.
I could not agree more with you.
Okay,
though,
okay,
on that
okay.
statement.
So not only do they have like horror classics like this, they have genres like different genres you can watch, like the zombies, the slashers, the like demonic stuff, which is not my jam per se, but I know a lot of people in the horror genre like them. Also, they have their own original shows they're doing, which they took like a 1980s movie and turned it into a series, and that is Creepshow. And Ethan, we watched the whole series like in one setting, which was least...
It is 6 episodes, each with 2 stories each, around 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And we watched it basically
one sitting.
Entire evening in one sitting.
And I mean, Ethan can ask. I jumped like, I don't even know how to explain.
I don't want to make fun of you because I did the exact same.
That's okay. I'll make fun of you. You're a Nancy.
Yeah, 100%. There was this episode. This little girl. She has this dollhouse, and
it's called the missing head,
or the head, or the house of the head.
House of the head. Yes.
And so anyway, the girl who the
Ding, 8.
That's
9.
Is that 9?
That is 9 now. So the main character in this show, she played Judith in The Walking Dead. Baby Judith, right? So I know a couple of you guys watch The Walking Dead.
Yes.
I stopped watching a long time ago. But anyway, like this, she has to be like one of the best actresses, like actresses I've seen in a long time. And I think she's what,
when
like
it comes to child actors.
No, I mean in general.
Oh, that's a bold statement.
Yeah, in my opinion.
Okay.
And so they've got the Creepshow, they've got cursed films where they talk about different things that happened in The Omen and The Exorcist and a couple other films.
The Passion of the Christ?
No. No. But those aren't my movies. I'm not into like demon possession at all, and or anything like that.
Is it because you believe
in what?
That
God,
possession and stuff.
Yeah.
You do?
I believe that demons can possess and oppress people. Yes, 100%.
So that's why you don't watch them?
And growing up, like, and in the back of my mind, like, I know watching these movies can't necessarily do that, but like you're opening doors to things. Because if when you look and listen to the thing about The Omen, my dad was telling me about it, and they said, "Oh, The Omen was a cursed film. It was cursed by the devil." No, you watch that, and they're like, "Yeah, the devil blessed that movie." So like all these things happen, and like these different like sadists and different people are talking. The Omen was blessed by the devil. Forget that noise. Like, I ain't watching any of that. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to mess around and get any of that.
Well, not to stop you, but, you said something that can kind of be debunked. You said by watching it, you can't get possessed or whatever. So, do you know about Slender Man?
I've heard of the character, yes.
So, do you know that was just a made-up character for some creepypasta stuff?
Yes.
For the most part. I think that's accurate. Creepypasta or something like that.
Yes, that is the word.
But there was 2 preteens killed another little girl for Slender Man because they watched videos of him and swore they started seeing him, and then he told them to kill her.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
I mean, how do you feel now?
Exactly. Well, yeah. I mean, going back to what I said, like growing up, if you watch these films, you're opening. I mean, this is probably a topic that I don't know. You open doors to certain things that you don't need to be.
The production of The Exorcist also plagued with like accidents and things like that, or is that Poltergeist?
Poltergeist, The Omen, and The Exorcist. And from what my dad has told me, that The Omen like is far worse, like accidents happening. Like one guy, like one of the main characters, he was supposed to fly somewhere and he ended up not going because he just had this bad feeling about it. Well, the pilot the plane ended up going down, and the plane crashed, and the plane hit the car of the pilot. He hit his wife and their like newborn child. That plane hit the pilot's wife, right? Their car, right? And it was on mile like 66 and .6. Okay, that's freaky stuff. But anyway, moving on. So they've got the Curse films, and then another thing that Ethan and I Matt, you've watched a couple times with us. Farmer, I don't think you've sat in on it yet. But Joe Bob Briggs, which some people will say he's a film critic, but I mean he's also a horror host, which horror hosts have a close place in my heart. One, we have a working horror host show, Zago's Horror Extravaganza, which if you have not checked it out, you should. And we are getting ready to start on season 2 in the near future. Yeah, no, not denying that at all. But Joe Bob, he showed us quite a few different films. Bloodsucking Freaks, one of the hardest movies I've watched.
It was redonkulous.
It was ridiculous. It was goofy, but I mean there was some out there stuff. And then
I don't think they meant it to be goofy, and that's the hardest pill to swallow.
Yeah,
they were trying to do
and then they showed Cannibal Holocaust, which I could not watch.
We got maybe 10 minutes in. No, not even that. Probably about 7 minutes in, and we had to shut it off.
Is that the movie you guys were starting the other night when I checked out?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
I'll be honest with you, I was tired too, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
Okay, good, because I was like going, yeah, this is exciting.
Chopping
Mall.
It's such a great movie, and if you haven't watched it, I encourage each and every one of you to watch it. But the last film I'm going to talk about that they showed was One Cut of the Dead. Ethan, without giving anything away, what would you rate it?
Give me a scale.
1 to 5.
4.5.
4.5. Well, it's funny you say that.
Give me the story on that film.
Well, I will, but it's funny you say that because on Rotten Tomatoes it got a 100%.
Based on how many critics?
I didn't dive that far in.
Okay, but for critics to give a film 100% when I think 75% is a fresh tomato rating on that site, that's really good.
Yeah. So here's a little bit of facts and like stuff about the film before I dive into what it's about. It was made in 2017 by a Japanese film school. At their end project, they have to film a movie, make a movie, produce it. It was made for 25,000 USD, and worldwide, this film grossed 30.5 million. Did you hear what I said there? It was made for $25,000. Worldwide, it grossed $30 million.
They made a couple nickels there.
Yeah,
Just a few.
Yeah. So it's got a runtime of an hour and 35 minutes. So it starts off this film crew, they're making a zombie movie. They end up taking a break because the director gets pissed off because the main girl is not doing a good enough job selling. So when they break, they go up and the makeup artist is talking to them. Supposedly, like this place where they're filming at is supposed to be like a haunted World War II bunker, like, and there's supposed to be like zombies, like, or some kind of curse on this land. Well, things are kind of calm for a little bit, and then this zombie, like a zombie, comes in and starts like terrorizing them. And
it's not a horror film, but it's posed
as a horror
film.
Yeah,
and
so
it's really an interesting setup.
Exactly.
Kind of like Kung Fu Hustle, where it was posed as a serious movie, then happened to be one of the best comedies of the year.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go that far because it's
one of those like,
but not in the same genre.
It's more of like it's set up as a comedy horror, but there are no parts that are like, oh, that's scary, or oh, that's funny. But it's like it's more like it's just a beautiful freaking movie. Like the whole thing, the way your mind's gonna be explode. So the crew tried to escape, and more people keep on getting turned into zombies until the main girl is the only one there, and the director, and he's like, oh, that's perfect. We're getting the perfect shot. You know, you're really selling it now. Well, he like she ends up knocking him off, and then she walks out, and there's this huge cult symbol, right? And you hear in the background, cut. Credits roll. Now keep in mind, this is 35 minutes into the film. Do not turn it off. Keep watching. Let those credits roll, and then something else will pop up. You get 3 movies in one. I'm not going to give any more away, but yeah, if you have not watched it, check it out. You will not be disappointed.
And this is on Shudder TV,
this
right?
This is on Shudder. It might be a Shudder exclusive, but it is on Joe Bob's. They think it's episode 5, 6, 7
It's
of Joe Bob,
episode 5
season 2.
Episode 5 of the new season.
Yep.
Season 2. It's a really excellent film. Y'all need to check it out. It was only made like 3 years ago. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I mean, it like took home many awards at different independent like film studios. It's
And
just
Billy just informed me that 84 critics have given it a 100% rating.
there we go.
Yeah.
That
And there
is
was-
unprecedented.
I think it was like 188 as far as audience votes. Put it at like a 82.
Yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous, and I'm not one for like. I mean, I've watched a lot of crap movies, crap quality, crap story, everything.
And proud of it.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't change a thing about it. Like, people are like, "Oh, well, why haven't you watched this blockbuster horror film?" It's like, because that's not my jam. Like, but this like independent film, and just that's another topic we need to talk about. Like, breaking away from not right now, but breaking away from what mainstream's feeding us, and you go into subgenres, independent horror. That's to me where the good horror is. But there's another film like Adrian. Do you guys remember Adrian Brody?
Yes.
Okay, there's a movie called Giallo, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, isn't that Italian for yellow?
Giallo?
Giallo.
Sounds like you're talking about like a gelatin-based snack.
Bibbidi bobbidi. That's all he hears.
Anyway, it's
what he
like
hears.
I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive it's Giallo, which was yellow. So it's this movie came back in maybe 2009, 2010. It's got Adrian Brody in it, and it's just this dude who's got like messed up skin. His skin's yellow from jaundice, and but he's like killing. It's just a great film. Like The Uninvited. I don't know if you guys remember that from like 2008, 2009. It didn't get a lot of talk, but it's still one of those movies that holds up, and it screws with you.
Is it Giallo? Is that what you're saying, Giallo?
Maybe. Did you pull it up?
Yes, I did actually.
Okay, you found it with Adrian Brody.
I love technology.
Omelette du fromage. Yeah, so I guess like with what I'm trying to like.
A shameless plug for Shudder.
Yeah,
An
100. It's
excellent
not
of a-
shameful at all, but
Yeah,
I'm
it's
plugging
like,
this.
I'm the only one sitting in this room with a sponsor. What
yeah,
the hell?
Yeah, I ain't. Yeah. My word of advice, guys, there's gonna be a lot of horror movies coming out that Hollywood's gonna want you to watch. That's great. Some of them might be really good, but also like check out your independent film makers, like your friends that like, hey, I'm making this horror movie. Awesome. I worked on a horror film like as a short last summer, maybe early August. I don't know.
Are you saying that the movie was short or just that you're short?
I'm both.
Okay.
But it was called The Box of Madness. It was made by John Siebel. There was zero budget, pretty much, besides buying some, like, bugs, because we showed it at Cape Fear, and it had a good review. I don't know. Just don't, if you think a movie's going to be bad because low production or there's not production, if there's not a lot of money being thrown at the movie, that doesn't mean crap. I mean, yeah, look, going back to the Justice League, you had how much money? What was the budget?
Oh, God, it was upwards of like 9 figures
I was gonna
as far as
say
budget
180.
goes. Yeah.
Was it the best film you've ever seen?
No.
Okay.
Trash.
And like Joe Bob said, the main thing you have to have if you're going to make a movie is a good script. You don't have to have high quality production. I mean, having decent actors helps. That's a good thing. Also, if you ever want us to check out some movie you're making, as long as it's not a porno, I mean, Farmer will watch that, but I mean,
Send us whatever you
Yeah.
want.
Even send me ones with like you in it, and I will like watch and critique you.
yeah, he's talking about any movie, not just the porno.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is us reaching out to you. Any kind of thing that you create, share with us, because we want to know. We're fans. As you guys have listened, we've touched quite a few bases, and I feel like that's what makes us a well-rounded group. What do you guys have to say?
I really like
Wait.
Streets of Rage too.
Where the hell did that even come from?
This mofo's back here playing on a handheld.
He's playing Streets of Rage too. But horror movies
What do you
isn't his
mean
thing, so I
well-rounded?
get it.
Well, this is kind of done for dramatic effect. But anyway, yeah, no, I think that we're a good rounded group here, and
Hey.
so there's
Yep.
all that going on there.
Slide in my DMs. They are open. They are open on all platforms. Twitter, FBHO5.
Open for business,
Yeah.
Mr. Beauregard.
Instagram, find me at the same handle. My DMs are always open. Facebook too.
Slide on in.
Slide my DMs. Also slide me $5. And this has been a great episode because it's time to wrap this thing up. This has been a great episode. First episode too.
The inaugural,
way.
live here in the Unicorn Studio 1. This has been the SOIL Poodcast. Yeah, I'm waiting for anyone to say anything. At this
Oh,
point.
okay.
Oh, man.
I thought the
thank you.
fart noise.
I'm
was-
sorry. I've got, man.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Even though we're not on the radio.
Well, we'll be coming through speakers.
Oh,
This is true.
that's cool.
The SOIL Poodcast.
And hey, everyone, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and we'll have the brand new social media links such as Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, all in the description below.
Maybe some MySpace if you're lucky.
Should we tell him? Should we tell him?
I mean, we can.
All right.
Maybe
We'll
some
tell
Bebo?
him off. We'll tell him off air. We'll
Yeah.
tell him off air.
For real though, thank y'all for listening to us.
Later.
Let me,
Bye bye, everybody.
no.
Good
Good
night,
night, Ethan.
Ethan.
Good night.